This is the Hot Zone. Engaging with the news in a whole new way, international war correspondent Chuck Holton brings insight into areas of crisis and lets you help those affected.
Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. Thanks for being a part of the Hot Zone. And as you know, I was just over in South Africa a few weeks ago reporting on the incredible levels of violence that we're seeing in places like Sandspruit and in downtown Johannesburg and in Cape Town and all over. So I'm in a suburb of Johannesburg tonight, riding along with the reserve police officer here in the city, and he's taking me to one of the bigger slums in this area. It's called Honeydew. This is Sandspruit behind me. It's a squatters camp, essentially. There's no official services. There's no electricity other than what they steal from nearby power poles, and just a lot of desperation and poverty inside the confines of this camp. People heat with wood, cook with wood, and lots of crime and murders every week. Be a very dangerous place for a guy like me to go for a walk, and that's why I'm just going to stay in the car while we drive through. And there are several different causes for that, but I met a man who is trying to do something about it, and not just put a Band-Aid on it, not just push law enforcement or something like that, but actually change the hearts of men. The hardest way to do it, but the most effective way to do it. And so Wayne Tewson, right? Yeah, thanks for being with us, sir.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Thank you, sir, for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, so Wayne, tell me a little bit about yourself and about what you do and how you work with young people.
Well, being a school teacher, we connect with the kids on a daily basis, find teachable moments every day. We have been involved in ministry and through Jackson Ridge, and I believe you have it. Well, it was started in America, Royal Family Kids Camp. I've been involved in that. And from that, we got involved when I was quite young as a teacher. They offered me a position there to study. I thought, let's go for it. I'd spend 2 years studying and then move on to maybe graphic design or something. And I've been there ever since. So it has connected me. It's part of my passion. And then we just find teachable moments every day.
Well, tell me about the kind of young men that you're working with. What kind of background do they come from? What are their needs and challenges?
Well, we come from a school that has mixed demographics when it comes to income and whatnot. We have kids that come from townships. We have kids that come from rural areas. We also have your elitist kids upper financially when it comes to that. Kids that parents are doctors. It's quite a broad spectrum at our school. It is a high-performing school, so we do get quite a few characters come in from different. But the boys, they basically just want to stand up. So when I did this initiative that we'll go over just now, these boys were just more than willing to actually just stand up and say, this is not right. What can we do? How can we change it? How can we influence our peers? And from there, push it forward.
So explain this initiative to our viewers. What is it you're doing with these young guys?
Well, what we did is we wrote a pledge for them, and we announced it to the school, and we read it over the intercom, and then we asked those who feel the need and feel that they would like to take the pledge on a personal level to come forth, and they did. The boys came forth, and it was almost homework for them. It was hard work because I gave them the pledge. I asked them to memorize it. This wasn't a flash in the pan thing, and they took the pledge. Then they came forward and they said, "Sir, can we film it and maybe spread it?" And I said, with pleasure, that's a great idea. Let's use this initiative. They filmed it, they edited it, they directed it, and then we put it out there, and it went viral. I think South Africa is in a lot of hurt at the moment with the xenophobic attacks, with the Dross rape case at the moment, with gender-based violence, and I think the boys really felt that they were drawn to help. So this initiative really just took off from the beginning, from the boys. It actually became quite easy because it seemed that it was just meant to be.
We are men of Africa. We strive to be men of worth. We acknowledge that we are imperfect, but in that there is hope. We are the future that will right the wrongs of the so-called men that burn, beat, rape, and destroy. We will build, uplift, protect, and honor. We will treat all women with respect, protect them as if they are mothers, wives, and daughters. We will guard all children as if they are brothers and sisters. This is our promise. I will be the man that people run to, not run from. Evil reigns when good men do nothing. Our character will be our shield and sword, which we use to change Africa. We are the men of Africa. We stand with our women. We stand with our children. We support our women and children. We protect our women and children. Your actions will define the man you become. We will become men of worth, men of honor. We stand against women abuse. We stand against child abuse. We, the men of Africa, stand in solidarity with our women and children.
That's fantastic. So are you going to kind of take this ball and run with it now? Or are you going to try to come up with a way to really disciple these young guys and continue this process?
Yes, definitely. We are mentoring the boys every day through sports, through initiatives. We find the sports field helps a lot. We're able to not just be teachers anymore. We're able to level with them on a nicer level where we don't come off as authoritarians. Now it's their time. That is a great space for mentoring these young boys. What is also great is that this actually has become viral and it has become an initiative that other schools in the area are now doing the same thing. They're writing their own pledges. More than one school has contacted us saying that they would like to be a part of this. So I have been interviewed. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing an interview on BBC, which I'm very excited about.
Wow.
Very nervous about. So thank you, Chuck, for also giving me a little bit of, because I don't know what I'm doing actually. And then with the initiatives of this, the boys are stepping up and we're going to run with it. We're going to take it and we're going to see how many schools we can get involved to promise to be great men. Well,
it's just so badly needed right now. And there's so much that impresses itself on our young men that, sort of lies to them and tries to tell them that manhood looks like having a bunch of bling around your neck, or manhood looks like having a whole bunch of women or a fancy car or a lot of money or whatever. And so often that just leads guys to abusive relationships where they're either the abused or the abuser. And it leads the whole society to a worse place. So it's really fabulous that you're doing this. And I know exactly how you feel. Like, I'm just doing the best I can here. Like, I don't really know what's going to happen next, but that's the way it is. We offer our humble work to God, and then God does whatever he wants to with it. And very often he takes it and magnifies it in a way that absolutely blows our minds. And so that's my prayer for you, that God would take your humble work and would make it just catch fire, not only across South Africa, but across the continent of Africa and across the world, because it's desperately, desperately needed. And any way that we can partner together, I'd love to help you. I sent you a copy of my book. That's got a 5-step process in it for young men that it's very easy for them to understand and to memorize. Like, you want to know what a man looks like? When you start asking yourself that question of how do I prove myself as a man? I don't have to go out and have a bunch of conquests with women. I don't have to go out and make a bunch of money. What I have to do is submit to my Creator, treat things that are important as if they're important, and things that are worthless as if they're worthless. That's honor. I have to assess the world around me and make it a better place. I have to perish to my own desires and provide for the needs of others. And I have to engage in every area of life. And if I can do those things, that's the measuring stick. If I'm doing those things, then I don't need to jump off the roof of my house to impress anybody. I don't have to, get a 7-foot tall pickup truck or drive my motorcycle 900 miles an hour down the freeway. I will know that I'm a man because I live up to the mantle of manhood that's bestowed on me by my Creator. And I think that the need is so great. When I saw this thing on YouTube, I just said, man, this is my kind of guy. I've got to get a hold of you. So really appreciate you coming on, and we will pray for you as you go on and spread the word on BBC and everywhere else.
Thank you very much, Chuck. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this initiative. And hopefully we can push more schools around South Africa to lead boys to be greater men.
Fantastic. God bless you. All right, just for something fun to do today, I'm going to go out on a tour and take some customers out into the mountains to see the waterfalls. So I'm going to bring you along with me. First, I got to check the oil and everything in the beast here and make sure that the motor is going to be fine, because we're going pretty far out and I'd hate to have to walk back. All right, we got to check the oil here. There it is. This is called Las Pailas, and it's one of the places where we take people for my tour company here in Panama. And we've got a couple, a mother and her daughter out here today. The water is beautiful. The weather is great, thank heaven, even though it's rainy season. And there they go, there she goes. This is one of my favorite places on earth to come. So if you ever come visit me in Panama, we got to take you out here to Las Pailas. We'd love to do it.
The Hot Zone is produced by Amy Holton and Livefire Media. Copyright 2019.